All right, good morning. We are here in the kitchen of the farmhouse, and we are going to cook some canned collards. This is Margaret Holmes collard greens southern style. And we're doing an experiment here and seeing if this stuff is going to be fit to eat. Now, we also grow collards from time to time here, and we plan to grow some, but you don't always have the fresh ones available. And we're just going to see. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is give it a taste test straight out of the can. Now, I did taste it already, and I found that it needed, to my taste, it needs a little salt. But that's just me. So I'll do this again and tell you what I think. About got too much salt there. Do you want to try some, Debbie?
Sure.
Straight out of the can. I will give you my assessment. And you were good and hungry, you could eat that stuff straight out of the can.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to season it with some, this is called fatback. This is cured, salted fat back. And we're going to put this in a frying pan and see if we can't crispify it just a little bit. I'll turn this up on high. And then we will let that get crispy. Now there's another kind, I'll bring it over here. There's another brand called Glory. Southern style collard greens. I would say both of these are well known. We bought this at the grocery store. And we're not going to do them both, but we will eventually do them both and try to find out, is there a difference. But basically, this stuff here is, I'm going to eat some more right out of the can. You want some?
No, I'm good.
I have no problem with that. Okay. But I'm a green eater. Okay, so we're going to pause and we'll get right back to you. Okay, we have finally got this pan hot enough for this fat back. We're going to turn it down a little. And I'm going to put some bacon in here and season it some more. Now, I will tell you this, that down south, and honestly everywhere in the United States, they might act like we eat more pork than they do up there, but in the colonial times, this is what sustained people. It was the hogs, of course the cows, and I'm washing my hands. I do try to keep neat and clean around here. Alright. And I think, now we've got a good bit of grease in here, and I think it's just about time to put the collards in here. Of course, that noise, I'd back up a little bit, that noise is mostly because this pan was hot. That noise was the water, cooking out of it. One thing that I would probably do different is I would get these collards out before in some kind of a bowl where I could get them in here without burning my fingers. Whoa, that was a mess, wasn't it? See what I mean? If I could basically be a lot neater here, but that I didn't realize they were going to be packed in there that tight. So you're getting a good measure of greens in there. They got these things packed in there real good. There's not a bunch of water. And so here we are. We're going to heat these, and then we're going to cook these a little bit. Now, one of my favorite guys, Justin Wilson, who was a part Cajun. He used to say he was a Cajun, but then he started saying part. But basically, he's deceased now, but he had a really good cooking show. Justin Wilson. I really enjoyed him, and I watched him when I was a younger man and learned a lot from him. And one thing I learned about Justin is he said, anytime that you add any ingredient, you stir it up and then you taste it. So I'm going to do just that. Get a little piece of this fat back. I didn't get too many collards in there. Let me try that again. Now I will say this, that the fat back is a little chewy. I might not put that in there the next time, because a lot of people don't have that good of teeth, and I'm one of them. I'm not toothless, but that fat back, now the bacon is going to be different, but those little pieces of fat back, let me try this little piece here. That's okay, I just got a hard piece. Alright, we're going to come back to you in just a minute.
Okay.
Alright, we decided that the fat back added a little bit too much salt. I like it real salty, but Debbie said it was a little bit too much salt. So I've added some water to it. So I think that for my recipe, the next time I do this, I'm not going to put fat back. Fat back is generally fried and put as a side dish around here. Kind of fried crispy. But I put it in there, so, and I put some water and let these things cook a little more. But I'm going to add one more ingredient, and I'm going to do like Justin Wilson said. I'm going to stir it and I'm going to taste it. Let me try my next ingredient. Now this is pure experimentation here. This is apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Let me cut the top on this. I'm going to stir it. Remember, you got to stir it. Make sure it's mixed all in. And then I'm going to taste a little bit of that juice and just see. It's still too salty. So that was a mistake. But I'll tell you what I can do to get that unsalty. Now I can eat it this way, but I'm a guy that eats a lot of salt. That's very savory to me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drain the water off of this and get back to you. Okay, we have remedied that extra saltiness. I just poured the pot liquor off of these collards. And here it is right here. Pot liquor. I'll tell you this, my granddaddy adored pot liquor. He was born in 1901, and any time that he could get a hold of some pot liquor from any kind of greens, he would love it. Now I love it too. This is a little salty, but let's just see what this is. Well, we'll never throw this away. We'll drink this and we'll eat this. Very tasty. And now we are putting this on simmer. Now, Debbie, what did you just say about what you could do?
I could eat the whole pot.
She says she can eat the whole pot. Or whole pan.
Pan, whatever.
Okay. I honestly couldn't tell you how this compares with fresh collard greens because I don't have any fresh collard greens side by side to test it. But I can tell you this. I can eat the whole pan. It's got just about the right amount of grease from the bacon, nice and shiny. Now, this food is going to feed our body. But I want to mention the other kind of food, which is actually more important. And that is the food that feeds our soul. And that is Jesus Christ. Yeshua HaMashiach. Jesus the Messiah. Jesus said that he was the bread that came down from heaven. And he feeds our soul. And if we eat that kind of bread, we will actually be born again. We will have the Spirit of God. And we will eventually go to heaven. In a sense, we are in heaven now. Because once we become born again, we cannot die. But it's not our body, it's our spirit man. The new creation, the spirit man. So as we eat this, and we're going to cook up a few more things here, but this experiment, I will say, is definitely a success. So we will make a division right down the middle. This is mine, and this is Debbie's. That's about a half and half right there. And we will eat this for lunch. We will cook up, we have some barbecue pork in there that we're going to eat. And we do eat one meal a day, OMAD, if that. And it is highly recommended to get the old man, to deny the flesh of the old man, which makes room and feeds the spirit man. I don't think there's anybody out there much that's listening to me that couldn't do with a little bit of denying the fleshly man. All right, so that's our little cooking show for today. And we'd like to say the Lord's Prayer before we eat. And thank you for watching. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
A redistribution is going on here. All right, thank you for watching.